So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Zoom call for Wealth Warriors. It's 10 o'clock on Sunday, the 14th of December, 2025. And we are in a bit of a state of flux. So we're not going to do a standard presentation this evening. We introduced a new platform a couple of weeks ago now. So we want to just make sure we understand that or exchange information between us, make sure we understand what's going on. Plus a couple of little bits of strategy. A quick look at the spreadsheet that I've been working on, even though it's not working properly, but you'll be able to get the gist of what's going to happen with that. We'll talk about the other platforms briefly. I see John is with us this evening. So John, what I'd like you to do is a bit later when I introduce you, could you come on and give a 5 or 10 minute talk about U-Chain for the video? Sorry to land that on you, but I guess you're prepared because you're a clever chap like that. And so, yeah, then we'll do a question and answer session. Feel free, you can all unmute yourselves as and when you want to and come and make comments and things. Join in, ask questions, add extra information, things you think I don't know, don't understand, anything like that. So this video is not really suitable for introducing people to Wealth Warriors, but it will be suitable for people just to get a flavor of the things we're talking about. For example, U-Chain, the bit that John does, you can extract that from the video if you want to, or you can give them the whole video and say, look at 10 minutes to 16 minutes or whatever John covers. The other bit that we're going to be covering by and large is Loom-X, but there will be we will touch on the other platforms that we're working with as well. So with that in mind, I want to just talk a little bit about Loom-X, and I want to just talk to you about the promotions that are being run at the moment. Because there's a lot of confusion. People have asked me about 1,000 times the same question about 1,000 times, which is good, but okay. So the questions that I get asked, there's two promotions running at the moment. One is those of us who were at a certain level in BitHarvest when BitHarvest went down. Jan is going to give us a funded account or some funds into an account. Now, the way this works, there's something called an investors pack. And the way I think the investor pack works, and if it's not quite right, it's very close to this, is that someone like Jan can get in through the back office. If he's got your wallet address, he can apply a contract and he chooses the contract and how much money is going to be put in there. You get all the earnings, but at the end of the period, you don't get that money back. He's not gifted you the money, he's gifted you the contract. So at the end of that period, the money will go back to him. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So if you were at a 1-star level, make sure you get a funded contract off of Jan for 100 USDT, 2-star, 200 USDT, and so on. And if and also make sure that the people in your team that you're working with, make sure they get their rewards for that as well. So that's kind of a nice thing Jan's doing for us to kind of say, well, I know you sort of lost out a little bit with BitHarvest, and there's even those of us who didn't lose out in the sense of having, we'd already made more money than we put in. We still have money tied up in that we would have liked to have got out. So that's a nice thing Jan's trying to do for us. The second promotion is for the next 10, well, for a 10-day period. I think it's up until the 20th or the 21st. I can't remember, but it's happening right now. Anybody who takes out a new contract, a 360-day contract, that's a Star Core contract, up to the tune of $500. If you let Jan know you've done that, then he will put an extra account in your back office of the same size as you've started. So, for example, you do a $500 contract, Jan will give you another $500 contract. Now, at the end of that 360 days, I'm pretty sure that money goes back to Jan. It doesn't come to you, but in the meantime, you're earning all that profit every day, and it should be somewhere around about $13 a day, which is not to be sneezed at. The way to claim both of those, in fact, is to write to Jan in Telegram, drop a screenshot. And for example, the first one you would say, this is my name, this is my wallet address. I was a 1 star in Bit Harvest. Please, please, can I have a contract? For that, and he'll take care of it. The second promotion, you send a screenshot of the contract the StarCore contract you've just taken out to Jan and say, I've just started a $300 StarCore contract. Here's my wallet address. Please, could you match that contract for me? And he will. It might take him a day or two because you might not believe this, but you get quite busy when you're busy giving away your money. Lots of people to talk to. Lots of people want to talk to you. So, yeah, that's the way to take care of those promotions, and make sure that all of your people do. Even if you bring a new person in fact, this is a good incentive to bring new people into Loom-X right now, because if they put $100 in, they'll have $200 worth of contracts working for them. If they put $500 in, they'll have $1,000 worth of contracts working for them. Now, if they come in and say, well, I'm going to put $1,000 in, then they tell Jan and he will give them a $500 contract, as long as what they've done is $1,000 on 360 days. So make sure you get your promotions, make sure the people in your team get promotions. And also, it's a good incentive, like I say, to bring in new people. I told somebody this earlier and they said, so I can bring in new people now and they'll get free money. I said, yes, absolutely. What about if they bring in people? Yeah, they'll get free money. Oh, this is good. So they've gone off now to build a little team really quickly, because they've all got 3 or 4 days left now to get. So I think they've got about 6 days left to get all the big money, or the free money, I should say. So we should all be running around making sure people do that. I know for some people, an extra $500 isn't a huge amount of money, but you may as well have it as not have it. That's my thoughts. Okay, so did you want me, and feel free, this is like the interactive part, did you want me to get up the Loom-X presentation and we'll go through it, and if there's stuff you don't understand, you can ask.
Andy?
Hey, Sean, good to see you.
Good to see you. What wallet address are we supposed to give Jan? Bitcoin, BNB, or what?
No, the wallet that you've connected to Loom-X. So your Token Pocket, Token Pocket or MetaMask or Trust Wallet, whichever one you've connected to Loom-X, that's the one he needs. That's what identifies you in the back office. So
Okay.
he knows he's given the contract to the right person.
Okay. All right. Got you.
Good question, though. Thank you. Okay, everybody else understand about the promotions? Excellent. Okay. The other thing is, some of you know, and some of you do this as well, you have people that you buy contracts for when you get into a new business. You've got some people you'd like to make them a gift of a contract. Now's an ideal time, because if you gift somebody $100, we all get excited. If we put some money into charity, sign a form, they can get the tax back. Well, it's like that on steroids, isn't it? If you give somebody a $100 contract now, they get $200 working for them, which I think is pretty cool. And in fact, I'm not sure, but we might all be able to use these investor packs ourselves and actually gift people the money. Then at the end of the contract, the money comes back to us. That's worth looking into. I'm going to look into that.
Andy, question about the money that we put in the contracts. If we put Janet's going to pay up to $500 reward gift or whatever, but if that is put in our account in increments of $100 or whatever,
No.
one today, one tomorrow, has to be all done at one time.
No, if you put, let me think. I suppose if you were to write to Jan and say, I've just taken out 4 $100 contracts, can you fund match it? He'll say yes, I'll do a $400 contract. It makes no difference to him whether you've done 4 $100 contracts or 1 $400 contract.
Just have to advise him. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to make sure he's got the right information. Also,
Right.
might be wise to just provide him with the reason why you did 4 contracts rather than 1, but I'm sure he wouldn't really care that much. he said he'll give up to 500 pound, 500 USDT per person. So
it's 500 total, or is that a 1-star bonus of 100 and then $500, so $600 total, or $500 total? I'm a little confused.
no, there's two separate promotions.
Right.
The promotion for the star rank is completely separate. So if you were 3-star, you get $300 for that. And then if you put $500 in now, between now and the 20th, then you'll get $500 for that.
Okay, so then we don't have to fund to get the 1-star contract bonus.
That's
We
right.
don't have to fund for that. He'll fund us just because.
Yes.
And the 500 or up to 500, we have to fund to get that bonus.
He's going to match your contract. Yes.
Got it.
So if it's nothing, he'll match that.
Okay.
So Andy,
Just a quick one. Gay has got a hand up. So Gay,
Hello.
hi, good to see you.
I probably need to watch the video, but so my thing was, if I put, say, in my first contract 100 or 200, and then I buy another one underneath myself to build these 6 lines, he only matches the first contract I put in, the 200.
I've no idea. I've no idea. Just do it and send it to him and say, can you match my contracts, please? Like I say, he's got no reason not to, because he said he's going to fund up to 500 USDT per person.
Yeah, he said.
But I can also understand him
something.
saying, look, I think you're trying to pull. I think you're trying to pull a bit of a fast one. I don't know why he'd think that, but he might, and then say, I'm only going to fund one of them. So I don't know is the answer. If it was me and if it was you and I'd said I'm going to give up to $500 per person, then I don't care if it's all in. If it's 5 different contracts, 5 different accounts.
Yeah, because you can do, say, a contract of 200 and then you buy another contract underneath, but you can use the same wallet address, right?
As far as I know, yes. I'm not an expert on these types of wallets.
Okay.
In fact, I've avoided them for all my adult life.
No, you have to use a separate address.
You got to use a separate address. Okay.
You use a separate address. You build a separate account within your Pocket Wallet.
Yeah.
Okay. Because somebody, Tom or so, did all once under his own contract, and he got all, fantastic and whatever. And I was like, that doesn't really make sense to me. So, but everybody was saying all that is well done. So I still need to learn how everything goes. Yeah.
I think what a lot of people were trying to do is they were trying to bring their BitHarvest building strategy across to Loom-X. Did you read Tom's post? Sorry, Ryan's post today or yesterday? He said, "I wish I'd known at the beginning that was a complete waste of time."
Yeah, I did.
I think I'd be a lot further ahead than I am now.
Yeah, you mean the BitHarvest or this one?
This one.
Okay, so that's why I'm on the Zoom.
He put a lot of money into his account, and then he funded 6 other accounts. He put some money into those, and he's saying, I wish I'd known what I was doing, because I've done all that and I'm actually not as far ahead as if I just built it properly, which is basically put money in your account and introduce others and help them to put money into their account.
Okay.
So
you build up your own account the biggest, and then you help others under you. Is that what you say? And then build your account.
Yeah, that's the way I see the best strategy. There's obviously lots of different strategies, but I think a strategy should be to get in and get yourself 100, a contract for at least 100.
Yeah.
Then a few days later, get another contract for at least 100. And the reason you want to do that is because when one contract finishes, you don't want to be left with no contract, and all these commissions start passing you by because, I don't know, you're on holiday, or your internet's broken for a few days, or so all of a sudden there's a gap between you having that contract mature and you getting another one. So always have 2, so you've got an overlap.
And that is when you have the end of the year. you know, you
Yes.
run it for a year. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
more important, I think, if you're doing these small 7-day or 30-day contracts, because you've got to constantly remember to get another one. But excuse me. But I suspect for most people that won't really be a problem. They won't just have one contract; they'll have many. I mean, I've already got 5, 6 different contracts, so you know,
Okay.
the, but you know, that's just sort of me dotting the T's and crossing the I's. So
Mhm.
so get at least 2 contracts, and then introduce 6 people, and you can start up other accounts underneath yourself. But personally, I think most of us should be able to get 6 people into this because it's very easy. You show this is really what people have been looking for, because they can see the transparency of the trading and the arbitrage and everything else. They get $5 back every couple of times a day or whatever it is. They can, and the incomes you can build up are really phenomenal. The other thing is, the reason why you want to have 6 people is because you want to teach all of those 6 people to get 6 people. And if you have a business that has 6 people introduce 6 people introduce 6 people all the way down, you never have to worry about whether you're hitting any levels or whether you're making the best commission you can make. The money will just come pouring in from about level 3 onwards. You won't know yourself. So that is why I think that that's the best strategy. Get your 6 in to unlock as quickly as you can, and then get 3,000 in your account as quickly as you can, so that you unlock all 6 levels, and and then slowly teach people, get 6 people to get 6 people, and everybody brings in 100 to start with, then another 100, and then focuses on building their own account up to 3,000. And by the time you're down at level 3, you've got more money coming in than you know what to do with.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And by the time you're at level 8, it'll just be phenomenal.
You asked if we should go through the presentation. My vote would be yes.
Can we raise the hand, please? God,
Yeah, sorry, Mo, but I'm going to
here I
take
am
Chet. I'm going
waiting
to take
here.
Chet's question. Chet,
Thank
question
you,
away.
sir. Thank you. I think my question was answered. The way I look at it, if you have a 1-star or more, you create one account with the 1-star funding,
Yeah,
and then if you want to go ahead and put in starting with 100 as an initial fund, then you can start another account with 100 with the other option, right? With the other promotion.
you can, but why would you do that? What's the benefit?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is there a benefit?
I can't see a benefit unless if you're struggling to introduce people, then you might say, well, I'm going to have another couple. I'll have a couple of these personal accounts. I'm going to have them myself because I know I can get them up to $100. But the
Well,
whole compensation plan is based on introducing other people all the way down to 6 levels, and having a big volume. We're talking about 8 million volume. So if you just introduce 6 people on your front line and give them $100 each, and build your account up to $3,000. Yes, you've unlocked down to level 6, but there's nothing there. There's no volume there.
well, I'm looking basically at the hierarchy of our group because right now I'm underneath you, Andy,
Yeah.
and then underneath me I have Sean, and then I'm not quite sure whoever else has signed up. But what I'm basically saying is Sean is also a 1-star. So as far as I'm concerned, if I can go ahead and pick up more people on my other account, or should I just go ahead and drive my 1-star account further deeper?
Okay. So something that I didn't explain that I think is important to know. When Jan makes you a gift, it doesn't count towards your volume. All you do is earn the commission every day. Oh, sorry, earn the profit every day. It
That's a
doesn't count
good
towards
point
your
then,
volume, or it
Andy.
doesn't count to the group volume of your upline.
So in other words, there is a benefit of going a second account. one is volume based because of the first
Okay, but you would still need to fund that. Okay, let's suppose you're personal to me, and
Yeah.
I've got 5 people that have all put 100 in out of their own pocket, and I've put 100 in out of my pocket, or I put 3,000 in. So I need 6 people on my front line with at least one active contract, and you get the contract from Jan, the free contract that doesn't count towards volume. So I'm not getting any commissions because I've only got 5 people with active contracts. Your contract, although it's earning you money, it isn't active in the sense of allowing me to qualify. So I'd have to go and find a 7th person to put $100 in to make my 6 on the front line. So now if you translate that to your position, you've got a contract that doesn't qualify you for anything except the commissions, the profits every day. So that account is basically zero in terms of volume. Then you're going to introduce 6 people below that, and it doesn't do you any good because you haven't funded your account yet, so you can't benefit from all the volume in your group. I'm pretty sure I explained that correctly.
That is very confusing in my opinion.
Okay. In shorthand, the contracts that Jan gifts us don't count towards volume in the group.
Right.
Okay. So if I've got $1,000 from Jan and $2,000 of my own money, then my own volume, I need $3,000 to unlock all 6 levels. I haven't got it. Okay, because I've got 2,000 of real money and 1,000 of Jan's fictitious money. So I haven't got $3,000 in my account, even though when you look at the figures I'm earning on $3,000, they don't count towards qualification.
So it's like buying a bit booster. When Bit Harvest gave me a free bit booster, didn't count for it. Gave me some money, but didn't count for anything else.
It didn't qualify you towards your star rating. Right. That's right.
Right. Exactly. You got to have your own contracts basically to get your marketing going, your multi-level homes. I get it. I get it. What kind of contract is Jen getting for us? A 7-day or 30-day? What
360-day contracts. So you've got to fund a 360-day contract, and he'll match it.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so can we go back to Chet? Chet, are you still confused, or does that help?
No, that's fine. The other thing which I would like to ask you on the is the blockchain a Polygon blockchain? What blockchain is it?
I believe everything's run on the Ethereum blockchain.
Oh, Ethereum blockchain. Okay.
Yeah, because these wallets that we connect up, they're all Ethereum, aren't they? Ethereum based.
Okay, and then since these are smart contracts, so there are what we call rebasing contracts, right?
No, they're not smart contracts yet. They're working on the smart contract.
But are they now a rebasing contract?
I don't know. I don't know what a rebasing contract is.
That you can compound.
No. That's not why it's not a smart contract. It's basically I think you calling it a contract might be confusing, but for want of a better word, I suppose. So it's not a contract in that sense. It's just a package. You're buying a service for a period
We're doing
of
the
time.
package route again.
Yeah, I think that's more accurate. I think that's a more accurate description, only because everybody thinks they know what they're talking about with smart contracts. So when you say a contract, you think that's what you mean, or that's what's meant. But it's not a smart contract. It's just a contract. You put this much money in, they're going to provide this service for this many days, and then they're going to give you your money back. So it's a contract in the legal sense, not in the smart contract sense.
Okay.
It's an agreement. It's yeah.
Okay.
So it's not a smart contract is the main thing. But they are working on turning this all into a smart contract, and I believe they're renouncing the whole thing.
But you mentioned $13 a day. That's a pretty good return. How how is that generated in terms of transactions?
Well, there's a number of things. One is that we get paid when people in our teams use a mixing engine, which is basically when they transfer money around. So every time somebody in your team gets $5, you get a little bit of profit from the fact that that $5 was put through the mixing engine and passed back to their wallet. They also do a little bit of trading. They also do a little bit of arbitrage. So between all of those different things, they're making money every few seconds, literally every few seconds.
So, Andy, do you know the source of the coder and so on, that they have certain legs that they can go ahead and pull this thing through? Or?
No, but if you look in the back office, you can actually see every single transaction that they take. Well, certainly, I believe that's a list of the arbitrage. So you can see, in fact, I put a little video in one of the Telegram groups last week, just showing that you can see what currency they bought at what price, where they bought it from, how much they paid for it, and then who they sold it to, and what price they were paid for it. So then you get the profit, and then you take out a little bit for their costs, and that's how much profit they distribute among you and I. So it's all totally transparent in the sense of there's a hashtag. You can click on that hashtag, and it'll take you on the blockchain for you to see that that transaction actually took place.
Okay, thank you, Andy.
It's a lot like when you look at trading and you can see, on the charts. And I know that all of this stuff can all be manipulated, but I feel so much better that people are actually providing that information. And you go on the blockchain, you can see, because that was always the thing with these trading sites where they say you can have a look at our trading, and what they do is they post up these charts, and you take a snapshot of it, and then you go to Trading View or something like that, and you have a look and you say, well, the currency was nowhere near that price at that time, so the whole thing is rubbish. Whereas with this, you can actually look at what happened on the blockchain, and as far as I know, you can't fake that. You can't actually post something on the blockchain unless it went from here to there, and you made some money.
And have you done that, Andy?
Yeah, I've done it lots of times. Sometimes I just sit there and click on the hash link and have a look at what they're doing.
For these guys, you mean?
Yeah. You
And
can do
so
that. It's in your back office.
what they say that they're doing, you've been able to verify that they are actually doing it.
Yes, if they're faking that much data that much quickly, I don't know how they're doing it.
Cool.
With some of these trading sites I've looked at, you say, well, it doesn't really matter what they put on the chart because it's a load of rubbish. But every single transaction that I've looked at was posted on the blockchain. And you can as well. I mean, this, like I say, it's all there in your back office. Okay, so we finished with Chet. LK, my friend, come and say hi.
How you doing, brother?
I'm incredible, thanks. How are you?
Hey, you look like a Greek god, man. I tell you, that sun did you some good.
It's true. It's true. I'm a bronze god.
Bronze god, okay. I think the conversation you guys are having right now, it probably doesn't apply to us, no star people, right?
That's right. But the promotion for everybody.
So basically,
Come.
go ahead.
Yeah, the first
Go ahead,
promotion
Andy.
doesn't
Finish.
apply to anybody that didn't hit a star level in Bit Harvest, but everybody that was in Bit Harvest, wasn't in Bit Harvest. You sign them up today. Everybody can take advantage of this promotion that Jan's doing, where he's going to give a matching contract up until the point he runs out of money. He's only put a certain amount of money aside for this promotion. So if he's put aside $500,000, when it's gone, then the promotion ends, or on the date that he said, then the promotion will end. So, if you want to get full advantage, you want to get as many people as you can into your team as quickly as you can, so that they can take advantage of that promotion, which means that you also earn more money. If somebody's going to bring in $500 and then they're getting $1,000 worth of promotion, then it's good for them and it's good for you.
So you're telling me that if I join the program and put in $100, Jan will match that with another 100
Yes.
for a no star. I don't have a star. I'm not rated like Chet and Jan, Sean, and you yourself.
No, that's right. There are two promotions. One is for the people who hit star level, and the other is for everybody.
Oh, so they're both running simultaneously, or what?
Yes. Well, I think Jan was expecting that all the star rated people in Bit Harvest would have taken advantage of the offer, within the first few days. But I know that some people haven't, which is why I'm mentioning it. Because if there are any star rated people in your sphere of influence, and I'm talking to everybody now, then just make sure they've done that. It's a way that Jan wants to use to help us all recoup something from the time we had in Bit Harvest.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, Andy.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so I think we've done Loom-X to death. I was prepared to go through the presentation or the official PDF document. But I know there's some people that have joined us, or possibly some people have joined us to hear about U-Chain. Is that right, John?
Sorry, Andy. Yeah, I'm back. So
Yeah,
what was the
okay.
question?
Yeah, I was going to say that you brought some people on to hear about U-Chain this evening, or is that not the case?
Well, no, because we were doing Loom-X, so I thought not to.
Okay.
If you want me to talk about it, that's fine, because I've had some people in Wealth Warriors ask about it.
Okay, well, we'll do that in a second. But I think what you and I should do is do a separate meeting for U-Chain through Wealth
Okay.
Warriors. And so I'll invite Wealth Warriors and you can do the presentation, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think it's kind of awkward because we're not actively promoting it. I think it's difficult for you. You're inviting people onto the Zoom call to hear about U-Chain, and I'm not talking about U-Chain. So I think we need to do something to address their needs a little bit better than we are. When I say we, I mean me. Okay,
Yeah,
so
like
we'll
Ear
talk about.
State Ear State, that's great because that's on a Thursday and I can market that with precision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that in the next day or two then.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Okay. Okay, so I was going to go through the Loom-X, or I was prepared to go through the Loom-X presentation, but I think that unless anybody really, really wants me to talk about the compensation plan, I'm going to avoid it because it's such a complex thing. We really need. We've got about 1 million questions we've asked corporate. There's some, even though I've been on lots of their presentations, they don't all. It doesn't all slot together really nicely in my head. It's probably a failing on my part. But until I've really got a good handle on the compensation plan, I think we should just wait because I'll probably just confuse you more. And Clayton, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, and one last question on Loom-X. I'm wondering if you have any good stories about. I think you said that Jan couldn't make it to visit head office, but maybe Mario did. Did you hear any good stories, or who they met, or they have an office? They have any staff there, anything like that?
No, I've not been in a meeting with these guys since the very first meeting. I know Jan's very busy. I've had a few conversations with Jan, but not specifically about that. So I think we're going to get some feedback. I know Jan's planning to do a Zoom call tomorrow evening, I think. If that, that's what was proposed originally. So if that goes ahead, then we can all get a good feedback from that about who these people are, what they're doing. Yeah, so Jan's spoken to them initially on the phone, and Mario went there to meet them, but that's all I know. But we are all invited to Bangkok in March. There's going to be a big event in Bangkok. So that's all I've got, Clayton, I'm afraid.
Andy, have you heard anything
Can
yet?
you go ahead and
Sorry.
put the
Sorry,
And-
can I run the call, please? Yeah, Becky, there's a couple of people with their hand up, so would you mind just
Sorry.
do your stuff? So, Sean, come and speak to us.
Can you show us really quick how to buy a contract? And I got Chet's wallet set up and connected with his help on Friday.
Sure.
Can you show us how to? I mean, this is a little bit of a simple site.
Yeah. I did actually post a video
Okay.
a while ago, but let me see if I can get into sometimes my computer lets me into Loom-X and sometimes I have to do it on my phone. Okay, so let me share my screen. No, that's not the right one. Share.
Is this on your computer or phone?
No, this is on my computer.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can tell I'm already connected. Up here, my wallet address is,
Right.
or some of it is visible. There's a little bit up here.
Right.
Okay, this is the front screen.
Yep.
And most things that happen are in this menu.
Okay.
It's like a weird burger thing. When you want to have a look at your team, you go to community management, the order record, so a list of the contracts you have, and then the revenue record is the amount of money you've made. I'm waiting for you at Loom-X. You click on that and it'll take you somewhere where you can get your referral link as either a text that you can copy or a QR code you can send people. And if you click up here where it says Start Contract Bot, it may say something else when you log in. This is what you see. Each one of these is a transaction. So I'll explain. So that between the dotted lines there, that's one transaction. You can see who they bought it from, how much they bought it for, who they sold it to, when it happened. And in this particular one, they made 3.5%. This one, they made 1.78%. You can see how quickly it's happening, 2.45%. And they're bought from places like OpenBook and Radium and Jupyter Aggregator and Drift Protocol and Lifinity, and it just keeps rolling on all day, and that's where they make the money. These purple things here, that's the hash. If you click on that, it'll take you to the blockchain and you can have a look. There's two hashes because they did a buy on one transaction, they did a sell on the other transaction. So, okay, and if you want to buy a contract, then you go to here at the bottom right, you click on contract, and you have these 5 different contracts. There's a pulsar, an orbitron, a vortex, a nebula, and a star core. And it tells you here this one's 360 days, this one's 180 days, 90 days, and so on. Okay, and if you wanted to buy, for example, a star core, you just click anywhere on star core, and it comes up with this pop-up box, and you put in here how much you want to buy. Just whole dollars only. Click on create now, or you can do it whole hundreds if you want to. Okay, create now, and it'll take you, and then you have to, on the next screen, you have to confirm. I won't push the button because they'll probably tell me that I haven't got enough funds. But the funds you put in here need to be available in your token pocket or your MetaMask, the wallet that's connected to the system. But it's as simple as that. You put this money in, create now, and then confirm on the next screen, job done. It will then think about it for a few minutes. It'll think about it for a few minutes, and then it will, so we'll look at the orders, and then it will produce one of these panels. This panel is, this is the one that Jan gave me, the $500, $500 one that Jan gave me. It's not redeemable. day one, so I only did that today. So far, I made $2.37. Yay! Each contract has got its own number, contract number, and I don't know why I'm saying 5704. I've made a lot more money than that. So you have one of these panels for each contract that you purchased. Okay, does that answer your question?
Yeah, and when you assume you use Token Pocket, did you just put some BTC in there and swap it for BNB and USD, or what did you do?
No, I had some USDT, and so I swapped it for. I normally use the Tron network, but I swapped it for the BEP20.
Okay.
Sent it straight in as BEP. Actually, I didn't. Some of it I sent in. I sent it in Ethereum USDT, and
Okay.
I swapped it in Token Pocket.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So I wanted to know how you swapped your coins in.
Yeah, I can show you that on Token Pocket. I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a second so that I can put my password in.
Oh, come on.
It's easier than me editing it later. Oh, incorrect password. Okay, let's share screen again then.
And the proceeds in Loom-X, they don't go anywhere. They stay in. It's go into your wallet. It's locked, or how does that work?
No, the proceeds in Loom-X, every time it gets up to $5, it sends it back here.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
if we look at my USDT, I've received $5.05, $5.19, $5.05, $5.05.
Well, I thought it was locked.
All these $5 are coming back from Loom-X.
Not locked for a year. I thought it was locked for a year. It's not.
It's locked for a year, but the profit gets paid back to you every time you get $5.
Okay. Awesome.
So that's what I'm saying. I've got $89 there.
Right.
So I don't know why Loom-X is reporting something less. So I'm almost at the stage where I will be buying another $100 contract for my profits.
And that's your strategy, is to keep rolling it in.
Say again.
Your strategy at this point is just keep rolling that in.
Yeah, I've got a little bit more funds sat around doing nothing, so I'm gonna move those in, but that'll just get me to the third level for well, let's have just no, I won't show you what I was going to show you because it's got names and things in it. But you can the next level I qualify for, I need to have a little bit more money in, so I'm just going to move that in, and then I'll be good to go. I won't need to put any more money in then for maybe another month.
Okay. You're doing all 360-day contracts, Andy?
Sorry.
Are you doing all 360-day contracts, or are you doing sevens?
I am at the moment.
Okay.
Only because I haven't been able to figure out what's the best strategy.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you.
It's so massively complicated. I've been working on it all week. Do you want to see where I've got up to so far?
Sure.
You'll be amazed at this. So that's what I'm. So can you see the spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first contract for 7 days. 100. You put in there whatever you want, and then you say, "I want this to. I'm going to follow this strategy for, in this case, 360 days." But I think is good for 2 years.
Okay.
And then you calculate, and they'll tell you how much you're going to make from that 700. Now that figure isn't right, because I would have ended up with a minimum of 122 contracts in that 2-year period. But that final profit isn't right, so none of these figures are going to be right if that one isn't.
Okay.
So that's what I'm still working on.
All right.
Or just whatever you like, $10,000 for 360 days, whatever you like. So it's going to be easy then to say, well, let's compare all of these different strategies. if I do this much for this many days, how does that compare with this much for that many days, and so on.
Right.
So that's what I'm aiming for. And let me show you what the challenge is.
Throw it in the chat. GPT, they'll calculate it for you.
I don't think so. So this is how much coding I've done so far. I did most of this in about 3 hours. And then this subroutine here, and that says daily routine, that's taken me a week. It's about 100 lines of code, and I cannot get it right. Such a complicated thing, strangely enough. Anyway, so yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. It will be good when it's finished, because we'll be able to say, so you can put this much money in for this many days, it gives you this much money for this many days, it gives me that. And then you can say, well, I think that this whole thing, I'm only going to trust it for a year. So therefore, that's when my strategy stops. Maybe I trust it for 18 months. That's when my strategy stops, and so on. We're still not sure if this is going to be something that's going to last forever. So each of us needs to be aware that we should have an idea in our own head of when we're going to stop the strategy. And stopping the strategy just means stop reinvesting, stop putting your money back in, and just let the contracts we've got, let them all run out and pay out. Which means that if you get it wrong, you're missing out on opportunity. But if you get it right, you will avoid losing money.
Right.
You might say, well, actually, I'm prepared if I can make 50,000, I'm prepared to, at the end of it all, if I lose 10,000, I'm fine with that.
Right.
So you adjust your thinking and your strategy accordingly.
Right. No, that's good. Thanks.
No, you're welcome. Gaia, you've got your hand up.
Yes. So we are, in New Zealand and Australia. So the live Zooms are very awkward times, 2 o'clock in the morning, or 3 or 4 or 5, 4. So my team would not be able to be on there. Then I looked if I can find a recording, what I can share, but mostly they are YouTube and they lead to other downlines. So even though they're fantastic, but then, they lead to other downlines. So is there a way I can have a recording for my people to share done by us?
Well, the answer is yes, of course. We have the technology, we can do a presentation, we can make a recording. If you want us to, you and I can get a presentation together for your people. So instead of 2 in the morning for you, it's 2 in the morning for me. I'm fine with that. And we can record it.
But I have people working during the day, and you know what? I don't know if I can get them all at the same time on Zoom, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm happy to, work with what we have.
Well, sometimes what I do is I just make a recording anyway without an audience. Just me talking and working through the PDF document and explaining things as best I can. It's always better with an audience because you can get that feedback. What do you mean by that, and this sort of thing. So, but I can certainly produce a recording. Then I can post it on YouTube with no links. Because you're right, any videos I've sent off to people, there's always this link in their description saying, or in their comments saying, join my Telegram group, or here's my referral link. That's how Marcos builds a business as big as he does, is he puts a video on YouTube with his referral link in it.
Sure.
So we can do that. I don't know if I will add that to my list of things to do. Okay, and I don't know when I'll get it done, but it's on my list, so it's closer than not being done.
All right. Okay, so Jan doesn't have a recording because he does 3 times a week, I assume. He doesn't record it? That I can use that?
He's going to, but he hasn't done it yet. That's right.
Oh, yeah. All right, so if they want to be into the promotion, I need to refer them to something on YouTube and don't let them use the links then. I take it because I don't want to pressure you.
Yeah, the link that I sent you earlier is reasonably suitable. Just I've been told it's a really good video. I haven't watched it all the way through myself. But just warn them, don't join his Telegram group because he doesn't know how Wealth Warriors works, so he will be quite happy to send emails out to your people after they've registered and that sort of thing. So,
Mhm.
don't
Where
let
did you send it to? Where did you send it to?
I sent it to you in Telegram, I think.
To me in Telegram. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. I haven't opened my Telegram now. All right, that was one question, and the other one I forgot. So, but yes, I like to, have a little bit more understanding of the background payout system, but I think you are indicating so complex, so that comes another time. So just get the people in, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like to be the sort of person who says, just get 6 people to get 6 people to get 6 people in, it'll all be okay, you won't worry about the details. But I personally think that we need to be able to talk with confidence about, the structure of the program and so on. So, I am working on it. I don't know, I can't see what I'm doing wrong, but I will.
Hmm.
I will. It will come out in the wash. The question is, how long is it going to take?
Well, it looks impressive to me. I cannot do a spreadsheet, so you're my man here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good, and also there'll be another page for the compensation plans, and so because effectively it's two different compensation plans, isn't it?
You do set up that same structure as what I think that with BitHave is that people you can, it's sort of a promotion thing in the background that you can send it and then they automatically can sign up and all that. Well, how did you call that? You did that with other things.
Yeah, we do it with BitNext because our upline have actually made this thing available to us. I don't quite know how they did it, and when I asked them, they said we can't let you share it because it's not available anymore, as in we can't access it to change anything. But it's still running, so
Okay, all right.
yeah. So I'm sure we can get something for Loom-X if we wanted to.
Hmm.
But I think the company's going to come up with all sorts of good promotional material for us fairly soon.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Gaia. Becky, how you doing?
Hey there. You wanted me to remind you of a question that I asked in the chat, the Loom-X chat, about being able to gain access to Loom-X's official Telegram channel.
Yes, that's a good question. I'm just on the website here. Let me go back to the website. Let me go back to screen sharing.
And I do have one more question when you're ready.
Okay, you should be able to see my screen. So this is when you first log into Loom-X, this is the front page, the dashboard, if you like. And if you scroll down, you get to see some stuff. If you want to buy a bot as well, a shortcut is to use this link here. There's some other information there about just some sort of blurb, if you like. These are the recent transactions been pulled through from the other page. You can see how much was made. FAQs, a lot of good information in these FAQs, and there's more FAQs as well by clicking there. This is the news, different things, videos and promotional stuff. And then at the bottom here, you've got the Loom-X logo, and then you've got some social media links. And if you click on the social media link for Telegram, it takes you there, and view in Telegram, and it takes you to Loom-X protocol _en, which is English. Okay, and it pulls it up in your Telegram. And if you haven't joined yet, you get the option to join at the bottom of the page. So that's one of the ways of getting onto the Telegram group. Then the other Telegram groups we've got, I'm going to stop sharing. The other Telegram groups we've got, one, of course, is in, I say, of course, I shouldn't say, of course, one is in Wealth Warriors. We've created a channel for Loom-X. And Jan's, there's a leadership team called Jan's Empower Team 2025. That's pretty much all about Loom-X these days. So if you were in Jan's leadership group before, then you've still got access to that one. And if you're in Jan's Bit Harvest group before, they've changed the purpose of that and changed the name of it to Loom-X, Loom-X Diversity Movement. So if you're not part of the Loom-X Diversity Movement on Telegram, then well, best thing to do, you all know Walter Meyer, then write to Walter and give him your Telegram username and ask him to add you to in fact, let me just check. I think if they've changed this, I can post a link. More. No, maybe not. Okay, so I can't share a link. I did see somebody joined. Somebody joined via link. Must be something else. So just give me a few seconds. I can't add people to the diversity movement, but I can add people to Jan Speed's Empower team. Let's try adding Becky. That's seen 3 minutes ago. Add. Can only be invited by permission to share a link. Okay. So you set it up your security, Becky, so that you can only be invited by link. So I can't add you to a group. It'll send you a link, but I don't have the authority to send you a link. So there we go. But ordinarily, I think most of us can just add people to Jan's Empower team. Does that answer your question? I'm rattling on here. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, have you heard anything about any litigation against Bit Harvest primaries?
Only the thing I posted 2 weeks ago, when the whole thing, or maybe even longer than that now, when the whole thing blew up. And I was telling you about it, and I shared with you a post that somebody had made about suing them.
I was wondering if you'd heard anything more.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't have the time or the inclination myself to go and talk to legal people, because I think the way they've done it, they've actually found a few loopholes. So they haven't actually stolen from us. They paid us for those boosters, double the value. So what on earth can we possibly complain about? The fact they paid us in a worthless coin doesn't take away from the fact they actually paid us. And I think if we look, and I haven't done this, but I think if we were to look into that service agreement, it says that they can do this sort of thing, and we should have known about it. So my thoughts then are life's too short to spend time, money, and effort doing something that's either going to result in nothing or just a complete waste of time. That's my thoughts.
Okay. But if you hear anything in the future, you'll mention it, right?
Absolutely. I'm actually expecting to hear from somebody. They're putting together a class action case. That being the case, you're talking 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer. But if I hear of anything, I will post all about it. Yes.
I'll be happy to sign into that.
Okay. Is that Manjeet? No, sorry. Majid.
Yes. Hi, Andy. How are you?
I'm incredible. Thanks. How are you?
Great. Thank you. Your knowledge and all your experience really inspiring us. My question is, when I do the Loom-X, the 5 people, I'm already in it, and I put the $100 and whatever dollars is, and then if I bring that 5 people, are they going to be at the same level, the $100 each?
Okay. Could you explain that again? I'm not sure I followed that.
the 5 people that I must bring in to the Loom-X with Jan. If they bring in, they invest about $500 each. So would it? What is it for me? I mean, how much would I receive on a daily basis? You said $5.
Well, yeah, it depends what your like. The two things are kind of separate, certainly in the early stages. When you get started, if you start off with $100 contract, depending which contract you start with, is going to produce either 0.3 to 0.6, 0.6 to 0.9, 0.9 to 1.1, and so on, all the way up to 1.3 to 1.8% per day. Okay, so that's what you get paid on initially. And if you join with a $100 contract, you can send those details to Jan and he will match it. He'll give you another $100 contract. So you'll be earning double what you would normally be earning. Okay. If you bring people in, that doesn't benefit you in the very early stages. You're building something for the future. Because to benefit from that, you need to have 6 wide and $3,000 in your $3,000 in your account, and then you can earn commissions on everybody in your team down to 6 levels. But that won't affect you until you've got 6 wide and $3,000 in your group. So what you're earning from initially is your own contracts.
I see.
If we translate that back to Bit Harvest, which I don't like to do, if you buy some boosters, you earn from your own boosters. If you bring in some people who buy some boosters, then you don't earn off of those boosters until you've got 6 people that have got boosters and you've got, for example, 10 boosters yourself. So that's kind of the analogy. That's the kind of setup.
All right. And then with the $500 that Jan is gonna match, so you would have $1,000.
Yes.
You don't have to bring anybody in that category. However, what would it be your earnings in a $1,000 in your account?
Well, it's 1.3 to 1.8% per day. So that's $13 to $18.
Oh, that sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad for $1,000, is it?
And that's a year contract, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And then we extend it if you want to.
You don't really extend it, but you can auto renew. So the money doesn't go back to your wallet then. They just create a new contract immediately. Yeah, or the money could go back to your wallet and then you can add more money to it and get an even bigger contract. But the contract that Jan gives you will be when that expires, you won't get the money back for that. I think the money will go back to Jan for that.
I see.
I could be wrong. I've not been told that. It just makes sense to me that that's the way it would work.
Great. It's just the $500 level with Jan is pretty much like the WS Wealth or something. Isn't that the same pretty much level? Because that gives you same amount of earning, 1.2%, I think, on a daily basis, I would say.
Okay.
So is it pretty much the same kind of business?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the other business.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Well, sorry I couldn't answer most of your questions, but I think I answered some.
You sure did.
Mervyn.
Yes. So just to be clear, I wanted to just give you my understanding of this. So if I sign in with my first account, I put $100 in.
Yes.
Okay? I make whatever 1.3% on that $100.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So I get another person underneath of me, and when they put in $100, I earn on their 20% on that person. because I have $100, and I go one level.
Right. Okay.
And then if I have the second person that signs up, I need to put 500 in my own account.
If it's 2 levels down.
No.
Yeah, and I need 2 people in my direct that are both have at least $100 in their account. So that'll give me the second level.
No, you misunderstood, Mervyn. So thanks for asking. I'll tell you what, let me get it up on the screen and we'll have a look. It's not a very big presentation, but there's a lot of detail in it. Okay, so this is you on the top row here. Sorry, no, this is your business. This is your business. So when you have one active referral, an active referral is somebody who's got at least $100 contract that's running. So if they've got a 7-day contract and they let that contract stop, then they're no longer active. So if they don't renew it on day 8, they're no longer active. Okay, so you need to have one active referral, and that means you're going to unlock tier 1, so you can earn commissions on every single person. You can have 100 people on your front line, and you're going to earn commission based on all of them because they're all on your front line. If they introduce people, you don't earn any of those commissions on the second line because you've only got one active referral. Oh, that's not that contradicts what I just said, doesn't it? So anyway, so you can have a lot of people on your front line, and you get commissions from all of them because you've got an active referral opening up your front line.
Yeah, so the second layer, you need the $500 in your own account.
You do, that's right. That's what I was going to say. So you need $100 for the first level, $500 for the second level. So you get a second active referral on your front line, and that opens up level 2. And those level 2 people could be under either your first person or your second person.
Okay.
And when you get 3 active referrals, then it unlocks a tier 3, but you've got to have 1,000 USDT in your account. Okay. So maybe you did say it right, and I misunderstood what you were saying. Just playing back what you said just now. I think you did get that right.
Yeah, and that just keeps going like that for level 4. You need $1,500 in your personal account and 4 people in your direct to unlock it or whatever.
Yes, and this is why a lot of people, when they first joined this, said, "Well, I've got a lot of money. I'm going to get my 6 accounts. I'm going to start 6 accounts all on my own, not introduce people, just have 6 accounts, put $100 in each, and put $3,000 in my account. So I unlocked tier 6, and I thought, okay, so I've unlocked all 6 tiers, but there's nothing there. There's nobody. There's no thousands of people in my team on which I'm going to earn commissions. So it was a complete waste of time doing that. You just as well to introduce people properly who are then going to go ahead and build the business themselves.
But I mean, if you fund those 6 accounts underneath your main account, you'll make on those, but it's your own money, but you're earning 20% on the money that you put in those 6 additional accounts, plus you're earning whatever you invested in that specific account.
Yes. So imagine you do just that. You put 6 accounts in, give them $100 each, and put $3,000 in your account. Well, now you've unlocked everything, so you're going to earn all those big percentages, but based on what? There's no real people in your group doing anything, making any volume. So it's a fool's errand, you know. You might just as well get 6 real people and help them build their businesses. And
Yeah,
then
I
put
understand.
and then
Yeah.
put $3,000 in your own account, and then you're getting commissions based on a volume, not based on nothing.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that you can qualify just by doing it all yourself if you fund enough of the accounts underneath you.
Absolutely. You can qualify, but it's a fool's errand, because if qualifying is what's important, which it is to some people, then yes, you can do it all yourself. But if making money is what's important, then don't fund it all yourself. Help other people build their businesses.
Sounds good.
And I'm not saying you were saying anything different to that. I'm saying I'm kind of criticizing what some of us did straight off the bat. Okay.
Yeah, so basically, I guess what is a good idea here is to like in Bid Harvest, some of us went stacking, one underneath each other, kept on going without going at least 6 wide
Yes.
or whatever. So here it's kind of important to try to get that 6 wide to build up some qualifications for the lower levels,
Yes.
tiers, or whatever you want to call them.
And in Bit Harvest, that was actually a good strategy, because if you could build your own V1 legs, then that makes you V2. So that's money well spent. You get it doesn't affect the fact that you're getting all the bonuses off, sorry, all the earnings off the boosters. You're also making commissions on the boosters in your lower groups, and now they've gone V1. It pushes you up to V2. You make even more money. So if you keep doing that, you can build a really big team, get your way up through the bonus chart, or the compensation plan under your own steam, keeping most of so none of the profit from your people or from your money ends up upline. It all ends up with you, which is kind of unfair on your upline, but it's a good strategy for you if you want to make money doing that. But with this, that's not the way to do it. It's not that you can't do it. It's just it's a fool's errand. Why waste your time and effort and money? In my opinion, of course. When I finish this spreadsheet, we all might go, oh yeah, but of course we could do that and we'll make loads more money. But I don't think so. I don't think that's the way to go.
Where are you at on the spreadsheet?
Oh, I showed you just now. I've been working on the same 15, 20 lines of code for about 4 days, and I just can't get it. It's a loop within a loop. It should be really easy to figure out. But the problem comes in when you get more than $100 in your wallet, then you buy another contract.
Yeah.
When I add another contract, it then falls out of the loop. And so I've got to redimension the array. Then I need to read all the data back in again. And it's all weird. So that's the problem I'm having is when you get $100, you've got to buy another contract. I've got to work on a very small number of contracts, but when you get up to hundreds, it falls off the edge of the world. I'll get there. I'll figure it. Nothing's impossible. It's just I'm obviously thinking about it the wrong way.
All right. Good.
Okay, thanks for that, Mervyn. Okay, guys. So John, have we decided then? Although I said earlier for you to do a presentation about U-chain, have we decided that we'll do something dedicated just to U-chain, so we won't do it this evening? Is that right? Are you happy with that?
I'll text you and let you know what's best because I'm trying to figure out how to work with my groups and communities.
Okay.
Because I want to do it sort of efficiently and not spread it too thinly.
Yeah. Well, it might be that you don't need me at all to do that. But we'll talk. We'll talk in the next couple of days.
Yeah. Okay.
So I won't call on you to do a presentation this evening then. We'll call that a wrap.
Well, if anyone wants to hear it, I'm happy to, but if not, then fine.
Okay, well, let's put it to a vote. So anybody who thinks that they want to hear about U-Chain, those of you that have expressed an interest and want to know more about it, just say so. I'll make John co-host and he can share a screen. If you already know everything you want to know, or you're happy to wait for a later date when you can watch a presentation dedicated to U-Chain, then that's fine as well. Okay. Okay, so we'll leave it at that then, John, and we'll, like I said, we'll get together. We'll talk about doing a dedicated presentation.
Okay. Sounds good.
Excellent. Well, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11:15 here in the UK.
Hey, Andy, could you stay on with Chet and I for just a minute?
Yes, yeah, Chet's already organised that with me.
Okay. I'm trying to log into Loom-X and it's not working for me.
Okay, we'll get that sorted.
Perfect. Thanks.
So, yeah, good to see everybody. Thank you for spending time with me. I always appreciate it. I feel very blessed to know you guys and have you on here. This is going to be a YouTube video available later today or early tomorrow, maybe. What else was I going to say? Yeah, we'll do the same thing on Wednesday evening. We'll talk about we'll kind of do a more standardized thing, look at all the different platforms, see how we're getting on with those. And Thursday, I'm doing an e-estate presentation at 8 o'clock UK time. And Sunday, the same time next week, I'll be doing a formal presentation again for wealth borrowers. We haven't done one of those for a couple of weeks. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. As ever, if you need me for anything, you know where I am. Give me a call, drop me a line, whatever, and we'll speak soon. So God bless and see you again soon.
I want to see you win. I want to see you absolutely smash every single dream you have. I want to see you overcome all of the barriers you face, and I want to see you succeed. I'm your biggest fan, your top supporter, and I'll be with you every single step of the way. You're destined for greatness, with or without me, and I want to see you achieve. Your potential is limitless, and your determination is inspiring. Keep striving for your goals, and I'll continue to cheer you on.